and welcome to the Monthly Muse, the podcast where Ed and Paul, sorry for referring myself in the third person, sit down over a beer and we talk about historical events that have occurred during the calendar month, every month.
Yeah, no, well, you say every month. This is our third episode, I think, in a week. So that's kind of gone out the window, hasn't it? The monthly.
Yeah, I mean, let's not get bogged down.
Well,
we've got listeners that probably have only got time for.
Can we still call it the Monthly Muse? I'm just wondering.
Well, it's got a better ring, doesn't it, than the weekly.
Yeah, I guess the month is more looking at the month.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we are quite the anarchists.
Yeah,
for what we're doing.
Absolutely.
Trendsetters.
We should have probably had this conversation off mic, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you who another anarchist is, though, Paul.
Oh yeah, go on.
Someone that we've got together to talk about this month.
Yeah.
A little chap called Guy Fawkes.
Guy Fawkes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
bonfire night fast approaching.
Yeah, I think there's some quite big. There's always something on the River Thames. I know.
Yeah.
Around the old site. And I think Ali Pally having a big one up there.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
And all over the country, wherever you may be.
Or are they? We'll get to that.
Or
so, let's learn about Guy Fawkes, shall we?
Let's do it.
So, Guy Fawkes, born 1530 in the beautiful city of York.
Good year.
Yeah. Place close to my heart.
Yeah, you went to uni there.
I did, yeah. Had 3 great years, yeah.
Did you?
I think I actually applied to... There's a Guy Fawkes hotel. I actually applied for a job there, I think.
Oh, God.
Didn't get it. So, probably kicking themselves now.
I imagine they are.
Yeah.
So what did you do? Burn the place to the ground?
Oh, no. But just think about York. It was actually a bit of a myth.
Okay.
Bit of an unwritten law, apparently, that within the city walls...
Right.
It's still legal to kill a Scotsman, apparently, Ed, with a bow and arrow. Now, I don't know if that's true or not.
Quite rightly.
Oh,
no, I'm kidding.
No, come on.
Some good Scotsmen.
So, just in case Andy Murray's maybe listening, walking around.
Yeah.
Just get out of there, Andy. Or Judy.
Or most of them. I mean, they come as a pair now, don't they? Andy and the other one.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Yeah, the good doubles player. Yeah, but we want to keep them because they're one of the better ones, don't we? But
they're ours now.
Born in York, and apparently his school, I think it's St. Peter's, is to this day it's the only place that doesn't celebrate Guy Fawkes Day.
Wow. Okay. Cool. So it's the only place in the country that's fabled to not celebrate it.
I'm led to believe that.
And is that what is like
more respect out of respect?
Out of respect? What,
yeah. Well,
someone that wanted to blow up the Houses of Parliament.
Well, we'll come on to that later on, Ed. I know. Yeah, but
okay. Well, we're learning. I like.
If you go to that school and you like fireworks,
did you know
you're going to be good.
Did you know that? I think that he actually went by the name Guido. I've heard, and I believe that because his dad was actually Protestant, his mother was Catholic.
Yeah.
And he went over to Spain, which still is today, very Catholic place. He fought over there in a couple of wars, but he adopted, weirdly, the Italian name Guido. And I think he actually enlisted under the Spanish army.
Right.
After, I think, the Archduke of Albert of Austria or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I think actually he's commonly referred to as Guido. So if you're ever wondering, I think it's because he wanted to be seen as more of a Catholic, uprising star when he got back to England. Had a bit more gravitas.
Yeah, he's already breaking the rules, isn't he? You know.
Yeah.
But no, I believe he travelled to fight in the 80 Years War. Don't know how long that lasted, but very good fighter, very good soldier. Apparently earned the respect of his fellow men.
Okay.
So quite a dude, Guy Fawkes.
I think it's quite a good way of earning the respect of your fellow man, really, being a good fighter.
Yeah.
In the war.
Maybe a bit like a Jon Snow of his time.
Never seen it, but I imagine...
Me neither. You don't really need to, do you?
No, he's everywhere.
Yeah, just hear people talking about it.
With that haircut, he can be everywhere. Putting us both to shame.
Absolutely. So...
by which I mean me.
He returned from the war and... I think he got involved with the wrong crowd, Ed, by the sounds of things.
Always do, Paul. They always do.
Led astray.
What was it? First marijuana, and then on to something harder.
Yeah.
Like assassinations.
Oh. So, returned from Europe and got involved with a small group of English Catholics.
Okay.
Led by a chap called Robert Catesby, I believe.
Okay.
Now, he had a little plan up his sleeve. He wanted to assassinate the Protestant King James.
All right. What was his motive? Why did he want to kill this guy?
I believe he wanted to replace James with his daughter, Princess Elizabeth, who was third in line of succession to the throne. Now, I don't know who was second, so I don't know what...
We're just picking off one at a time.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe fireworks for James.
Yeah.
Something else for whoever the next person was.
Exactly.
We'll never know. Yeah, interesting chap. So this little gang would meet on quite a frequent basis. I think they met at a pub in London. I think it's the Duck and Drake or something.
Duck and Drake, I don't think it's there anymore. Apparently it was on the Strand.
Yeah. So if you want to go, yeah.
You're going to be gutted.
Yeah.
Probably don't sell Tyskie.
Absolutely not. But they rented a house next to the Houses of Parliament. So they had this plot to blow up. Obviously, they were going to smuggle in fire, gunpowder, that kind of stuff.
Sure.
Thing is, they needed a way to get underneath the Houses of Parliament, so they rented a small house.
Right.
And the good thing about this house was it had a cellar which went directly underneath the Houses of Parliament.
Really?
Yeah. So that was the plan.
Would that be sort of like an estate agent, showing them around?
Yeah.
How is he going to be that persuasive to an estate agent showing him around? I mean, is that like...
Well, maybe it was a Saturday. Maybe like the estate agent was on his Saturday shift, a little bit hungover.
Yeah, once every 2 weeks. I think it's on-off.
Yeah, so I guess maybe Fawkesy kind of caught him on a good day, or her. I don't know if you can imagine just the viewing.
Yeah, nice to meet you, Guy. Thanks for meeting me at short notice. Sorry, my Mini's just outside. I've just left it there. I'm not sure about parking, but
no, nice to meet you. It's Guido, actually.
I've actually got Guy.
Oh, have you? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry.
Well, let's. Yeah, okay. Guido.
I lose track myself sometimes.
Your real name. I think you wanted to have a look around the flat. Just this one bedroom flat. It's quite small. It's quite.
No, perfect. I like it small, like it cosy.
But you need it at short notice, I think.
Yes, ideally. Just been kicked out.
Why is that?
By the girlfriend.
Oh,
being honest with you,
I feel your pain.
Unbelievable. So not a happy home life.
No, should we get stuck in then?
Yeah, let's have a look.
I've got another viewing.
Yeah.
I've got to get down to South Kent actually in a bit. So
okay.
Okay. Firstly, living room. Yeah, just sort of have a look around here. It's pretty spacious.
Yeah, like it. So it's got a cellar, this place, hasn't it?
Bedroom through there.
Okay.
It's quite nice. Yeah. It's actually got an ensuite in the bedroom as well.
Oh, nice. I was reading in the listing something about a cellar. Don't know if we could...
Yeah. There is actually a cellar.
Important. There is a cellar.
It's more sort of storage.
Let's go and look at the cellar, shall we?
Oh, I don't. Why are you so keen on the?
Well, I just like being underground. To be honest, and dark nights now as well. So
yeah,
I just love being underground.
Can I make a suggestion?
Sometimes I'll just sit on the tube all day, just buy an all-day pass, and I'm not going anywhere. I just sit on the tube.
Can I make a suggestion, Guy?
Go on,
Guido.
Yeah.
Cellar. A lot of my clients like to do yoga. I'm not sure if you're into yoga.
More of a Zumba person.
Okay, come through.
Yeah.
Well, here it is.
Okay.
Here it is. What do you think?
Well, I can't see a thing, can I? It's pitch black.
Yeah.
As if you've got your phone on you.
Yeah, I've got the new torch actually, the SE.
Nice.
Quite broke. So, what do you think?
Yeah, I like it.
Got the paperwork ready.
Perfect. Are we just in terms of relation, distance-wise? Are we directly? I know the Houses of Parliament is just obviously next door.
Yeah, prime spot.
So are we standing underneath it right now? Would you say?
There
or thereabouts.
Yeah, bit of a. I've never had a client say that to me before.
Yeah,
but why are you interested?
Well, no reason. I just love politics, really, and I can just listen to. They'll just be like listening to Prime Minister's questions if I just sit in here. Won't need to put the TV on.
Andrew Neil on BBC Two.
Yeah, no, love all that.
Yeah,
love Newsnight. So yeah, no, I'll take it, please.
Well, you don't know how long the lease is for. Typically minimum lease. We're looking at sort of 12 months. Is that going to be long enough?
That's a bit long. I was hoping more. You don't do like a rolling kind of contract, like month by month, do you? Just signed up to the gym.
Yeah,
they do that.
Yeah,
pure gym.
Yeah,
just cancel when you want.
They're really putting us out of business because we try and get people in.
Right,
do you know what? We'll talk the contract stuff later.
Yeah.
My colleague Steve back in the office can sort that out with you.
Perfect. But no, I'll take it.
Okay, cool. I noticed you got a couple of big big barrels outside?
Yeah, no, that's just all that.
Do you need a hand with bringing them in?
That's just barrels of wine for the cellar.
Oh, okay.
I love cellars, don't I?
Yeah, but, we've established that.
No, I'll take it, please.
Right, I'll get back to my mini. And we'll get you back to the office.
Excellent.
So Fawkes' final role in the plot was settled during a series of meetings in October.
Yeah.
Over a couple of jars. And he was basically to light the fuse in this cellar where he'd all packed all this gunpowder and then escape across the Thames.
Okay, good plan.
Good plan.
Sort of Daniel Craig waiting for him there on a speedboat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, good spot.
And on the evening of the 26th of October, this chap, Lord Monteagle, he received like an anonymous letter, essentially like a tip-off.
Right, okay.
Sort of warning him to stay away.
Bit like the Jinx. Have you seen that documentary?
I have, actually.
Yeah?
Very good documentary.
Excellent documentary.
If you like Making a Murderer, watch The Jinx on YouTube. It is fantastic.
Yeah.
But the king was basically... Lord Monteagle informed the king... And basically, Paul, the king then demanded a search in the early hours of November the 5th.
Okay.
And Fawkes was actually caught red-handed by police carrying two things.
Go on.
A match and a watch.
Okay.
So that is a real stitch-up.
That's essentials.
The essentials. So I'm not sure if you can imagine sort of the policeman like sort of bursting through the door.
Yeah, just sort of comes in. Just what are you doing in here, son?
Just having a look around, sort of chilling out at home, checking that everything's where it should be. Really.
Well, I can't see a thing really. So.
Oh well, I thought I'd bring a match.
I don't know how you can check that everything's okay, but well. What about the watch?
Meant to be cooking for... I've got the ex-girlfriend round, actually, for dinner tonight. And sort of making it back up to her. I don't want to keep her waiting. Nobody likes her...
I heard about that. Are things okay between you two?
Nobody likes, an overcooked paella. It gets sort of quite dry if you overcook it.
What is that?
It's something I learned to cook to cook from a Spanish friend.
Don't like any of that foreign muck.
Yeah.
Oh, then Spanish boy. Then what's your first name then?
My Christian name.
Yeah.
It's John.
And surname?
Second name.
Yeah.
Johnson.
Okay.
See, Paul, you laugh, but that is genuinely the name that he
Where's
gave.
John Johnson came from? Have you just made that up?
No, really. I promise you, that's the first name that... It's like being at school, isn't it?
What's the matter with him? I mean, he's called Guy Fawkes.
Yeah.
It's quite a cool name.
It's a cool name.
Guy Fawkes. I mean, I'm thinking...
Guido, yeah.
Guy Ritchie?
But it's...
Guy Pearce? All quite cool.
But it's like, when you get in a bit of trouble when you're a bit younger, maybe you turn up to a house party and they say, "Oi, mate, who are you?" And you go, "John Johnson." That's the first name you think of.
Yeah.
But no, that is legit. That's the name that he gave the police.
Incredible. Well, I heard from there, he was obviously taken to the police station or whatever it was back then, the holding pen. And he was tortured for 4 days, Ed.
Ouch.
Refusing to admit his part in this plot.
Yeah. I think they were going to sort of like cut him all apart, like when he was alive, and they were really torturing him.
Apparently, he then gave the name of his little gang members away. But I tell you what, I'm not believing them names. Whatever names he gave them.
Yeah. Will Williamson, Ed Edwardson, all the big ones probably.
So he was sentenced to be hung, drawn, and quarters.
Yeah,
at actually at Westminster by the Houses of Parliament, just to
to really like make an example of him,
rub salt in the wound.
Yeah, but apparently he didn't. How did he die? Just remind me, because he didn't die being hung, drawn, and quartered, did he?
No, it's not Fawkes' way, is it? I think the rest of the lads had kind of met their fate. John Johnson, I believe he was climbing the ladders to be kind of noose around the neck.
Yeah.
And then just before that kind of happened, he just kind of made a jump for it or something, or whatever happened, he broke his neck. So it's quite an instant
See, I mean,
kill.
Clever guy, but at the same time, well, pardon the pun, but clever guy, but imagine that initial pain. Imagine just being able to do that. But do you know the reason why that we still burn effigies of Guy? I think actually in 1600, Guido. 1600, they filled the first Guy. I think you mentioned something in the pub earlier. Yeah. About the cats.
Yeah. So what they would do, they would. You know, you throw a guy on the bonfire.
Yeah.
They would. They'd fill. This is disgusting. They'd fill up effigies of Guy Fawkes with live cats.
Why is that? Just to make it?
Now, the information I took said to make it look like he was screaming as burnt.
God.
Now, they said looked, which I thought was a bit strange. Should be more sound.
Yeah.
Otherwise, they could have just put like a little face on him screaming.
Yeah.
Saved a lot of cats' lives.
I'm more of a dog guy, but even that disturbs me. That is terrifying.
All that just for a few screams. I mean, couldn't they have just like right? And everyone we're going to scream. Do you know what I mean? Could we not have just had that instead of the cats?
Yeah.
Or maybe just get like One Direction down and a few young schoolgirls. Just yeah.
But I think you know
Bieber would hate that, wouldn't he? He'd storm off.
The term, if you say you're a nice bloke but you're a nice guy.
I've often heard that. Yeah.
Not from me, you haven't.
No.
But I think because he was sort of an oddly dressed type chap.
Yeah. Sort of like a Russell Brand.
Yeah, it said, that guy.
He does look like Russell Brand, actually.
That guy over there. It sort of later just became sort of just mean a man, I guess.
Yeah.
But I did hear, Paul, that as those cats were screaming or whatever, someone toasted. In the crowd, he sort of quipped, "This was the last man to enter Parliament with honest intentions."
Wow. Political. Buy that man a drink. Or a cat. Probably lost one. That's horrible, isn't it?
That is terrible. But to keep up with tradition, you know that the Houses of Parliament are actually still searched every year, once a year.
Really?
To make sure that there are no more Guidos down there.
Right, okay.
It's obviously become more traditional.
More traditional, I was going to say.
Now, there are no Foxtons sort of estate agents, or Knight Frank or any other big ones.
Yeah.
None of them sort of showing people around those flats anymore.
Absolutely.
But it's a tradition. Amazingly, that's still gone on, 400 years later.
Yeah, I think that the interesting thing about Guy Fawkes, really, as just mentioned, he's essentially was. I don't know, just call him a terrorist?
Well, he basically is that, isn't
Potentially,
he?
But he's still highly regarded.
It's bizarre, isn't it?
Within a school in York. But no, there was a poll in...
a poll?
2002.
Yeah. Well, we love a poll, don't we? We can't get enough of them.
You're the one drinking Tyskie. There was a poll just 14 years ago, 2002.
Right.
I think it was a BBC poll.
Isn't that luckily not the Radio Times?
No, thank God for that. Greatest Briton of all time.
Okay.
Number 30, Mr. Guy Fawkes. A.K.A. John Johnson, A.K.A. Guido Fawkes.
That is unbelievable.
30th greatest Briton of all time. He was voted,
and he got caught as well. It's not like he did a good job.
Yeah,
all he did was persuade the estate agent to rent the flat.
Incredible. Just some other interesting entries on that poll. There,
who else do we have on there?
Number 46, Boy George.
Okay, so he's better than Boy George.
Yeah.
Okay.
67, Tony Blair.
Okay.
Don't think we need to go there, do we?
Yeah.
No. 77, Robbie Williams.
Okay, yeah.
Number 99, and this is probably the most mental one out of the lot, that he's not higher, by this, Sir Tim Berners-Lee, who effectively invented the internet.
Yeah, in the 90s or whatever, yeah.
Yeah,
people
incredible.
thought it would never catch on. So you're saying Boy George is number 46, and he's the inventor of the internet.
77, Robbie Williams.
Yeah.
So he invented the internet, but the people prefer swing when you're winning, whatever it's called. But no, since then, Guy Fawkes obviously been popular effigies.
Effigies everywhere. Obviously, Beck's in '98.
Beckham, people like Thatcher. Being thrown on other celebrities. I can't think of any off the top of my head. Just thinking, do you have anyone, Ed, that if you could make an effigy of, that you would? Any celebrities coming to mind?
Probably my old football coach, actually. And I'll tell you why.
Oh yeah.
First game of the season.
Yeah. Dropped.
Playing up front.
Okay.
Ball comes over straight from goal kick over the last defender's head. hit it sweet on the volley, sweet as you like, buried it top left-hand corner.
Yeah.
Next game, Paul,
Go on.
put me at left back. So I'd probably chuck him on.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. And what about you?
Yeah, probably your PE teacher as well. What an idiot. Cheers.
Cheers. Right, now on to our most revered section of the podcast with our listeners, Paul.
Yeah.
It's National Days.
Yeah, I love this bit.
We're just doing up to the 5th, the 1st to the 5th of November. We'll do the other November days later in the month, as this is a special.
Yeah.
November the 1st, been and gone, but it was All Saints Day.
Yeah. Good group.
They were.
Yeah.
Good group.
Personally, more of a Atomic Kitten man myself.
I had a couple of good tracks actually on the beach. One good track on the Beach soundtrack.
Oh yeah.
Listen, stay tuned for that.
Pure Shores, maybe. There's your knowledge.
Words from my mouth.
Yeah.
That's the real history lesson. That's the day, obviously, day after Halloween.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you know much about Halloween.
Well, we covered. How was your Halloween?
Yeah, dressed up as.
Did you have a good one?
Yeah, dressed up as.
Was a cool guy?
No, it wasn't actually Boy George or Sir Tim Berners-Lee. So no,
Yeah.
I had a good one. I was with, as you know, my mum in a pub.
Yeah, no, but that was amazing.
The last episode.
Yeah, sounds incredible. Yeah, just a quiet one for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What did you get up
Not
to?
much. Just locked the doors, kind of barricaded the hatches down
in a basement.
Yeah, but it's
in the cellar.
Yeah, it's meant. You see them like walking around, like the amount of. Like some of them around like London, like 25-year-old, like trick or treaters.
Well, it's like this. It reminds me of the Sevens at Twickenham. Just there's one day where Clapham Junction Station is madness.
Yeah, the amount of money they've spent on the costumes. I'm thinking you could have just gone to your news agents and spent that money on chocolate. Just go straight home and watch TV. So,
well, you know.
Yeah.
Equally as enjoyable, I'm sure.
Yeah. November the 1st, also Cook for Your Pets Day.
Okay.
Don't know what your thoughts are on that.
Probably not as meaningful as All Saints Day.
No, probably not.
But, you know, cook for your pets.
Yeah. Coincides with National Calzone Day. So...
Right. Does I hope your dog likes folded pizza then?
you should think. Oh, actually, you say that. Also, November the 1st is Deep Fried Clams Day. So,
sort of giving it a bit of a menu.
Yeah, give it a bit of a choice.
Yeah. Okay.
Steamed hams.
Fussy animal. Fussy pet that you must own.
Yeah.
My old Labrador would have eaten, hadn't he?
November the 3rd.
Yeah.
National Housewives Day.
Okay.
So one for the ladies.
Yep.
Also, National Men Make Dinner Day.
Makes complete sense.
Yeah. However, also coincides with National Sandwich Day. So, being the bloke, I think if she's expecting a 3-course meal, she's going to be gutted.
Yeah.
When she's got a 6-inch Subway.
Subway, just Subway.
Yeah. Not even a foot long. Not much on November the 4th. National Stress Awareness Day, National Candy Day, National Chicken Lady Day.
Okay, naturally, yeah, you've got to have a National Chicken Lady Day.
Absolutely. Then the 5th,
probably
obviously...
special at Nando's on the menu.
5th, as we well know, we've talked about earlier, that's the reason we're here.
I thought we were mates.
Yeah, sort of. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. Fireworks, bonfire night.
Yeah, bonfire night, big time. But yeah, I think we were actually going to say, you mentioned something to me earlier about the origin of fireworks.
Yeah, was it in like Japan or
China? Two definitely
move on
places.
quick. Yeah,
2,000 years ago, I think it was, and I think it was sort of the legend goes that they were discovered or basically invented by accident by a Chinese cook, actually working.
Right.
It says here working in a kitchen. I mean, a cook in a kitchen. Obviously,
yeah.
But he happened to mix these things: charcoal, sulfur, and saltpeter.
Okay. I mean, what was he doing? How has he came up with fireworks?
I don't know. They're also written on this article here. It's brackets, all commonly found in the kitchen.
No, maybe his kitchen.
I don't. I've never been into a kitchen. What are we having for dinner?
Maybe he did like really bad reviews on like TripAdvisor.
Yeah,
and he's like, right, I've got to pull something out of the bag here. I've got to, come up with something.
Going to make some real fireworks tonight.
Yeah.
But no, they were used in ancient China actually in the 12th century, and they were used to actually kind of scare away sort of evil spirits and ghosts.
Say that again. They were used fireworks.
They were used fireworks to scare away evil spirits and ghosts.
Well, do you know what? I haven't seen any yet. So I think they've done quite a good job.
So that was that.
That is that.
Yeah, sorry, well, that was that. Well, whatever.
Good special.
Good special. Great little special. This is the part of the show that we would usually... what do we usually do?
Just debrief and sort of waste more of people's lives.
Yeah. I actually want to say... Well, I think we both do, actually, Paul.
Yeah.
Thanks very much for everyone listening. I don't know... Well, I say I don't know who you guys are. We don't. We really don't.
No, we don't. But
somehow we've created a small little community here of people. We're getting loads of hits. I don't know how.
Yeah.
I mean, we've basically just two normal lads that have taken sort of pub chat over beers. Just brought the beers inside and plugged in a microphone. But
we need more, Ed.
But we do need more. Yeah. We're hugely appreciative though. We've got some really great emails through from girls and guys to sort of say, you guys are
but we need
making
more.
My commute slightly more better.
Yeah.
But we need more. I guess click subscribe. Click subscribe. We would love it if you guys subscribed. Maybe mention to a couple of your mates as well.
Get them to subscribe.
If you subscribe, but if you
listening,
just click on just click on iTunes, click on the subscribe button on iTunes. It will just get added automatically to your library, so you can hear from us every month.
Yeah,
and you won't need to hear from us begging again, probably.
No, but we will beg again if you don't subscribe. We are prepared to lose all dignity over this.
I think we already have, probably.
Yeah. Also, review if you liked it. Please review the show. You can review more than once. So after every episode,
I think you can rate after every episode.
Leave a quick review.
Yeah, awesome.
And
and get in touch actually, because we kind of want to do. Well, actually, we've had a couple of really good emails in the last week or two that we'll read out little bits from. You can stay anonymous if you want to, but a couple of people have sort of sent some fun facts and stuff from November and December. So if you've got any little, I think Paul would say tidbits, that you want to mention, just give us a shout, because
any tittle tassel.
Yeah, we really sorry,
because we've got nothing.
I'm getting excited.
Yeah,
we've got nothing.
Yeah.
But email us at themonthlyMuse@gmail.com. themonthlyMuse@gmail.com.
Have we got a Twitter, Ed?
I think we do, at the Monthly Muse.
At the Monthly Muse.
So thanks for that, Paul.
Follow us, tweet us, anything interesting, any little facts from November, December, and hopefully we can read them out next.
No, you're good people. You're good people. We appreciate the love that we've somehow sort of drawn up for ourselves. I have no idea why people are listening, but glad you guys are enjoying it.
Absolutely, but nothing else to say except have a great bonfire night, whatever you're up to.
Yeah, stay safe.
Generally, please stay safe.
Yeah,
never go back.
Yeah, we'd hate for anything to happen to you.
Yeah, no, we really would. Good. We need the listeners, Ed. So So if anything does happen to you, just make sure it's not the ears or the finger to press subscribe.